welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is London. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave, as well as the little bell next to it so you can be notified for future videos. Today's video is going to be a full review and wear test on the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation, which is exclusive to Ulta. So you can always run to tartecosmetics.com or ulta.com to purchase the product. This product is going to set you back $39 American, $51 Canadian. The product looks like this. It's in a glass casing versus a pump or a squirt tube. The top of it looks like this. It's just a gold with the Tarte logo on the top, and then the bottom just looks like this. I wear the shade Fair Light Neutral, which is the second shade in the collection. There are 18 shades. They started with 10, they've expanded to 18. I'm not too sure if they plan on adding more, but the shades range from a shade called Porcelain all the way down to a shade called Mahogany. So before we jump into the application, I'm going to be talking about the packaging, what I like, what I dislike, and some of the claims from Ulta's website. So the foundation, like I said, comes in a packaging like this. It has a really pretty chevron detailing around the side, which is quite similar to the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which I'm sure you guys have heard of by now. The foundation, like I said, looks like this. It just screws off, but it looks like this on the inside. It did come with a little, kind of like a cover that just said Tarte on it, but I threw that out. So, like I said, it does look like this. It is a very thick foundation. It doesn't budge. Sanitary reasons aside, I very much enjoy this packaging. Not saying that I don't enjoy pumps or squirt tubes or anything like that, but I very much enjoy that I can take my spatula to the casing and I can just take as little or as much as I need, and I'm never really wasting the foundation, and I'm always going to get 100% of the foundation out of the container. I find that that is the one thing that I really, really like about this foundation. The thing that I don't like is just the same as everybody else that's reviewed this on YouTube, the sanitary things that you're going to have to worry about if you dig in with your hands, the bacteria and whatnot. So just before we jump into the application, I'm going to read the claims that are on Ulta's website, as well as how they recommend that you use the product. It says, smooth skin is in with this radiant full coverage foundation with skin loving ingredients wrapped in a luxurious creamy gel. The unique oil-free blend of smoothing, plumping, and pore refining ingredients help brighten skin while moisturizing and blurring the look of fine lines and pores. The cooling hypoallergenic gel feels like a drink of water for your skin while masking any redness, dark spots, acne, and uneven skin tone for a 12-hour wear across skin types. It's available in a range of shades to match any skin tone with a soft rose scent and natural radiant finish. So it says that the benefits are biopolymer filling spheres, which it says expanding spheres help smooth surface imperfections while promoting water retention and hydration. Hyaluronic acid, which it's a naturally occurring ingredient in the human body, which delivers moisture, firmness, and suppleness. It also has barley extract, which helps restore the lipid barrier to smooth over fine lines and wrinkles, as well as vitamin C, which says antioxidant free radical fighter that helps prevent premature signs of aging and brighten skin. So it says how to use. For seamless mess-free application, apply using the custom Double Duty Beauty Foundation brush and spatula, which is obviously sold separately. It says to scoop out a quarter-size amount of foundation onto the back of your hand using the brush's mini spatula. Then use the opposite angled brush to apply foundation in a buffing, circular motions until even and full coverage is achieved. So I did not buy the brush. I have my own spatula from my freelance kit, and I also have a Tarte foundation brush that I purchased from their holiday kit this past Christmas. Just looks like this. It is almost identical to the brush that they're selling, except their brush that they're selling right now is a little bit more angled. But I didn't want to buy the brush. I figure if it's a good enough foundation, it should work with a brush that's a little bit different. So without further ado, let's just jump into the application. So for today's application, I'm going to be using one side with a brush and then one side with a beauty sponge. Now I am going to be using my Benefit Matte Rescue Gel and my Smashbox Primer on all of my face. I want to give this foundation its best chance, and I find my face gets so oily that it wouldn't even last an hour if I didn't put a primer on. So I'm just going to put it on all over my face, and then we'll get into the application. So now what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to take some of the foundation out of the packaging with the spatula, and we're going to go ahead. So I'm going to take what I can out of the top of the foundation because there is quite a lot of product on the top, so it would just be a waste if we didn't. So I'm going to start with this much, and hopefully it's not too much. I'm going to use the brush on this half of my face, and then I'll use the sponge on this half of my face. I'm just going to take a bit on the brush. I'm just going to start to kind of buff it in. They say circular motion, so I'll try my best. You can really smell the rose scent as you kind of apply it to your face. It's not as prominent when you're smelling it out of the container, but the minute you kind of put it on your face close to your nose and whatnot, you can definitely smell it. I mean, it's not overpowering by any means. It's not like this would deter me from buying it again. I'm not totally against scents in my foundation anyway. I used to have really sensitive skin, but my skin isn't that sensitive anymore. Just kind of circular motions. I'm also kind of patting it into my skin in some points as well. I find patting the foundation sometimes gives it a better finish as well. Just from this, it really does have a very good coverage to it. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but I really like it. A lot of people were saying that it is similar to the Amazonian Clay foundation, and I was really nervous that it was, because that foundation and me, we did not mix. I did not like it at all. So first off, let's just say it really does give a really nice finish. I really like the coverage that it has given me. And it really did an exceptional job with hiding a lot of the redness that I have. I find I have a lot of redness underneath my eyes, but I will give this one an A+. So I'm just going to pat that in a little bit more. And then next I'm just going to take my damp beauty sponge, and I'm going to take a little bit more and put it on my hand because I did use quite a bit of that for the one side. And I'm just going to take a little bit more off the cap. And let's just see if the sponge does just as good of a job. So I am finding it really hard to blend out with the beauty sponge because it is so thick. You really kind of have to use a heavy hand to blend it out. Which, I mean, if that's your thing, if your beauty sponge, your beauty blender, whatever you use is kind of like your ride or die for foundation, you can totally still use it with this foundation. It's just going to take you a lot longer. Now from far away, it does look like it's giving the same application, but I can tell that, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my redness on this side and my redness on this side, I find it's a lot more prominent on the side that I'm using the beauty blender. I'm just going to see up close if it really does make a difference. Well, the more that I look at it up close, the finish that you get from the Beauty Blender is definitely, or the Beauty Sponge, is definitely more sheer. It's definitely more of like a light foundation. So I don't think, like, you can't really tell the difference, but if you're looking for a more super full coverage foundation, you would probably want to go with the brush. And if you're looking for a more sheer foundation coverage, then I would go with the sponge. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in really quick on both sides just so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. So I'm just kind of up close into the camera. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but this side is the side that I used the brush, and this side is the side that I used the sponge. And just looking at it, I can tell myself that this side is a bit less coverage than this side. So yeah, like I said, you definitely get a lot more coverage with the brush versus the sponge. So it's kind of up to you guys what coverage you're looking for. So I have another video to film today, so I'm just gonna go over all of my face with the brush. It is 2:32 right now, so hopefully I'll be done my makeup somewhat shortly, and then I can jump back on, let you guys know how it wore within the, like, that last hour or whatnot, and then I'll be jumping back a couple times before I decide to take my makeup off for the night. I'm hoping to get at least 6 or 7 hour wear out of it for the day, just because that's kind of like a normal day for me. If there's any point in the day that I have to powder my face or anything like that, I'll definitely jump on beforehand, but other than that, we'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, I am back. It is 3:54, so it has been quite a little bit of time since I was here last. I just got finished filming a tutorial for the Pastel Goth palette by Kat Von D. That tutorial is probably going to be up on my channel before this video goes up, so if it is, I will post a link either down below or up above or something. It'll be available to you to go watch, so that's why my eyes are a little bit out there today. So I guess let's just get into the wear test for right now. Let's see kind of what we're looking at, what we're working with for, I guess it's been about an hour and a half, sort of. So I'm just gonna pull you guys a little bit closer. Oh god, okay. So as you guys can see, I have some highlight on and whatnot, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but I know for myself, personally, I can really tell that there is still some redness peeking through in this little area. It's a little bit harder to tell now because I have my concealer on and my highlight and all of that. I was really concerned about the creases of my nose, but as you can see, it's holding on pretty good. I ended up having to touch up a little bit of the foundation here because I had decided to change the tutorial, so I took off the makeup around on my eyes, which I got some, you know, like I took some off right here. It's still really good on my chin. It's still really good on my nose. It has creased a little bit up on my forehead, but that's just because I'm like moving around. I'm not really seeing any like crazy creasing with this foundation. So right now I'm going to give it a thumbs up, and I'll be checking in with you guys in a couple hours. It's now 3:56, so we're just gonna round up and say it's 4 o'clock, and I'll tune into you guys maybe around 6:30, and we'll see how it's looking then. Okay, so it is now 7:23 in the evening, obviously. I planned to do an update a little bit earlier, but some things happened. I started editing another video, we had supper, and now here we are. So I just wanted to check in with you guys, because obviously it's been some time, so I'm expecting this foundation to be a little bit faded, maybe starting to look a little bit little bit kind of faded in areas or cakey in some other areas. I also decided to put my glasses on because I wanted to see if this foundation could hold up underneath of my glasses, like in the nose pads and like underneath my cheeks. I actually just put them on, so I'm not gonna check right now because I can imagine they're probably still probably still pretty decent there. So I'm just gonna check my face. So from what I can tell is I'm kind of getting a little bit oily in my forehead. And then my nose is actually, it's starting to kind of separate on my nose a bit. So that sucks. And in the creases of my nose, it's starting to kind of fade. I'm gonna pull you a little closer just to see. It's like it's fading here, and I don't know if you can tell, but like in my nose it's starting to kind of fade a little bit. It isn't creasing in my chin, so that's good. Kind of in my smile lines it's creasing a little bit. But other than that, it's still holding up pretty well. I am in for the evening, so I don't plan to powder my face or anything like that. I'm not going anywhere, so I don't need to powder it to freshen it up or anything. So I guess we'll just ride it out for a few more hours and see what it's looking like around maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish. That's probably going to be my last check-in, and then I'll just be taking it off. So it is 7:25 right now, and we'll check in a few hours. Okay, so we're back for the last check-in. I am tired. I have been editing all day, and I am just ready to take this foundation off, rip the lashes off. I am ready to get ready for bed. It is now 9:50. It is 9:54, so it's almost 10 o'clock. This foundation has been almost on for 7.5 hours, give or take. So I'm going to take my glasses off and we'll see what the damage is. So if you look on like my nose pads, I don't even know if you guys can see that. I'm not even going to bother. It is messy. It looks like it's coming off, which it most likely is. Looking in my big mirror, it definitely is. It has wiped off completely on my nose and down on my cheeks where my glasses touch. I am super oily and creasing a tad on my forehead. It is caked up just where my glass is kind of where it's rubbed off here, but it's caked up right above there, but right under my eyes is still good. My nose here, it's looking a little bit nasty. It's caked up a little bit. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It has rubbed off of my chin, and it's almost like non-existent on my nose. So I'm just going to pull you a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. So it has rubbed off on my nose here and down on my cheeks. My chin, it's pretty much non-existent here, and then down the bridge of my nose as well. Here, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then my forehead, it's quite oily, but for 7.5 hours I really can't complain. I normally don't wear my foundation for more than 7.5 hours anyway, so what can you do? I wear my glasses every day, so I'm really used to the foundation just coming off and not really staying there. If you guys wear glasses and you have a trick to how you keep your foundation on your nose, please let me know. But yeah, so it is 9:56. It's 9:57, and I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to be taking this makeup off the minute I'm done this video, and this foundation gets a thumbs up from me. I would wear it again, and I will wear it again Once again, guys, I just wanted to thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to thank you for making me a part of your day. Before you leave, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell right next to it. Don't forget to leave a comment, thumbs up. If you guys have any requests, leave them down below. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.